Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this vlog, which is going to be my first vlog of 2022. So it's 2022, it's currently the 2nd of January. I didn't film yesterday because I didn't want to, and I was also just busy most of the day. But I have just finished filming Book Buying Ban Bingo Begins. You can check that channel out, check that video out on my channel if you want to see what that's all about and get excited for that throughout the year. But I thought I would start off with a very positive reading update. I've just finished The Song Rising. I was trying to finish this before the end of the year and completely failed because the last few end of the year, Lordy me, I can't talk today. The last few days of the end of the year ended up being exceedingly hectic and I just got no reading done. But I have now finished it. It was so close to being a 5-star. I am gutted that none of these books have quite made it to 5-star status yet. This one was so close. It just had a bit in the middle which I found a bit slow and repetitive and dragged, and I just wish it hadn't had that because then it would have been a 5-star. I'm still considering giving it a 5-star. I'm slightly undecided. But it was fantastic. I am now going to pick up The Dawn Chorus, because that's like a 100-ish page novella. So hoping to read that this afternoon once I've finished editing this game. So that's my next read. And then I really need to get back to All of My Friends Are Rich, which I have over here. I really need to get back to reading this. I've read like 50 pages of it and it's not that long. It's just over 300, just under 300. It's not long, I just need to finish it and get it ticked off. So I will be doing that within the next week, hopefully. And then I can like plow on through Mask Falling, which is the 4th Bone Season book and the last one that's out, although none of them have been 5 stars yet. This series as a whole has me extremely invested and I really wish all 7 were out right now so I could read them all. But like everyone else, I'm gonna read book 4 and be sad that that's where we're ending for now. But that's it. Reading plans past that, I honestly have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to read after The Mask Falling because that wasn't at all what I intended to be reading right now. I was planning to start the year with the 10,000 Doors of January and I was going to be finishing the previous year off with the Skyward series. And then I got into the Bone Season, so I have literally no clue. The one thing, for no apparent reason, I really want to read right now is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Don't know why, I've read it before, it's just really tickling my fancy, so if I want something a bit lighter, not lighter hearted, a bit easier than adult dystopian, I may read that next, but I have no idea. But anyway, it's the 2nd of January, I have the rest of today off work, I have tomorrow off work, and then I'm back at work on the 4th. Unsure currently whether I'll be working from home this week or not, we'll see. We'll see, I don't know. Obviously if I'm home, I get to do more reading, I get to vlog more, but if I'm on site, I'm on site. My plan for vlogs this year is I'm probably going to do fortnightly vlogs, so even if I'm only filming on weekends, it should still be like a decent bit of content and a couple of books, maybe. I don't know. As ever, who the frick knows what my content's going to be. But yeah, I have finished a book in 2022. I should finish another one today, and I'd love to finish this tomorrow, start the year off strong, and then figure out what the hell I'm reading next. But I'll catch up with you when I've either done some reading or done something. I don't know. Hello, excuse the god-awful lighting and potentially very loud crackly candle in the background, but I need to do a reading update. So I wasn't planning on doing another reading update today. I did finish The Song Rising early this morning, which I think I told you earlier. Maybe, I don't know. I think I told you that. I finished it early this morning. I have now read The Dawn Chorus, which is the novella that comes after the 3rd book in the Bone Season series. That novella was the first thing in the series to get 5 stars from me. A lot have been close. Everything else has been a 4.5, but that was the first one just to make that 5-star mark. It was heart-wrenching and gorgeously written, and the juxtaposition of really cute and just it was fantastic. But anyway, and then I couldn't decide what to read next because I was like, I should read All My Friends Are Rich, I'm in the middle of it, but I kind of want to read The Mask Falling, obviously, but also I'm a bit worried I'm gonna like burn myself out on the series or burn myself out on fantasy or something. And then I also kind of want to read They Both Die at the End for no apparent reason. So I decided to give this another bit of a go. Read another 50 pages. I want to love this. I want to love this. It is pretty. I bought it for my mum. Steph recommended it and said it is like fantastic. It's self-pub, it's queer. Like for every possible reason, I want to love this. I don't. I really don't. I don't know why the main character is just annoying me. My mum actually described it really well. It's just a list. This guy is just listing all the stuff that happens to him and around him. It's not thoughts and feelings, it's just a list of stuff happening and like very vague opinions on it. Like, it's really not doing a whole lot for me. So I've got to page 100. I am debating DNFing, which is not a thing I do very often, and I don't want to DNF this early on in the year, but I might. My mum is currently reading it as well, and I think my current decision is I'm gonna let her finish it and then see. I've only got about 100 and I've got about 200 pages left actually, and it is a very quick read, so I might just try next weekend to just bash it out and get it done. But what I wanted to talk to you about. So I started this. I am currently 24 pages in. I have already cried once, and I've never been more scared to continue reading a book. Can we just be done now? Can this just stop where it is and we not have 4 more books to go, because this, including this one, it's another 4, because these characters have been through a lot. I'm really concerned for what's gonna happen next, and I'm actually sitting here freaking out about what is gonna happen. I'm scared to turn every page because I just know the ball is gonna drop and I don't want it to. I'm really nervous. I've never been this stressed to read a book. This better be a 5-star. This feels like it's gonna be a 5-star. It does. I might be wrong, but it really does feel like it. Oh, but god damn am I nervous. Anyway, I'm gonna go keep reading because it's like 20 past 10 maybe, half 10. Oh my god, it's even later. It's 20 to 11 and I want to be asleep in about an hour, so I need to do some more reading, but I'm so scared. I'm not sure I want to read this book anymore. Hello, so super quick update. It is about 5:30 on Monday. I can't believe it's only 5:30 because it gets dark so early, even though it's been doing it for months. In my head, it's like 9 p.m. and I need to be getting into bed. Also because I've achieved everything I wanted to today, which is wild. I cannot believe what I've got done today. Just for context, I got up at 9, edited a whole video, filmed 2 more, edited both of those. All of them are uploaded, scheduled, thumbnails done, tweets scheduled. So all of my content for almost the next 2 weeks is completely ready to go. Literally the next piece of content I need to edit and get ready will be this vlog, which I've barely even started filming, let alone close to the end of editing. Wild, absolutely wild. But because I finished way earlier than planned, I now have loads of time to read. I thought I'd be able to start reading at like 8 and maybe get an hour in if I was lucky. I am about to go bath and wash my hair because that needs doing, it needs time to dry. So I'll only start reading maybe at like 6. But I have like 3-4 hours to read, and I may not read for all of it. I'm currently rewatching season 1 of Euphoria so that I can watch season 2 when it comes out. I watched Euphoria first when the show aired and adored it, and I've been meaning to rewatch it ever since. And then I thought season 2 was already out, which is why I started rewatching season 1, and then discovered season 2 actually comes out like next week. So that's absolutely fine. I still need to rewatch the last 3 episodes, I think, of season 1. I think I've only watched 3. There's 8. I may have watched 4. I don't know. I have some left, lots left, and they're like hour-long episodes. So I may end up watching an episode of that as well, because I'm not sure I can read for a whole 4 hours, having just done, like, let's think, I started at 9 and it's 5, and I've not had a break. So yeah, full intense hours, apart from a 10-minute moment to eat lunch. I've worked all day, so I'm kind of tired, but I feel so good having all that content ready. But reading, I got up to page 76 of this yesterday. About 20 pages in, I said this was a 5-star prediction. I am sticking with that prediction. I'm also sticking with that prediction because if I'm correct, then I get to tick that off my bingo board, which is really satisfying. I'm not generally going to tell you sneaky bingo board updates whilst reading, but that one's fun. I am loving this. For me, currently, it's the perfect level of like low-key and like big stuff happening that I love how it's evening out, whereas the last couple books have been really like high intensity big stuff happening all the time because of the nature of what's going on. I'm really enjoying actually the almost slight lull that's happening in this one. Like, I'm just having a fantastic time. I'm really, really loving it. And oh God, I'm so scared to keep reading still, but nonetheless, I'm gonna try and read, I don't know, where are the sections for this one? Okay, the section breaks aren't useful spots. There's one at 150, which I will really hopefully read past because that's only another 70 odd pages. Or there's one at 270, and I don't think I'll quite manage 200 pages tonight. Wish I could, don't think I will. So, slightly sad, but I'll find a stopping point. But yeah, I'm gonna go read it. And then I think when I'm done with this, I still don't know what I'm reading next. I have some ideas which are so unbelievably stupid, it actually hurts me, but I might do it anyway. But we'll get on to that when I've actually finished this. But what I was gonna say is I think I might, not straight away, but at some point watch the live shows from Bonathon? I don't know what it was called. The read-along that Ashley did of this series like a year ago. Because I believe in the final live show for The Mask of Falling, they talked loads of theories and about what certain symbols might mean and where things might be going. And I think the author actually said like, wow, some of that was scary close. So I'm really both intrigued to watch that, and I'm also not sure I want to, because I'm like, do I want to know what's going to happen next, or do I want to wait? Not sure, but might watch that at some point over the next week or two, out of interest to see everyone's thoughts. But that's not the point. I've been talking for way too long already. Time goes so fast when I'm vlogging. I swear I've been talking for 20 seconds and it's been 4 minutes. But anyway, I'm gonna go get in the bath, wash my hair, come read for as long as I can, and then watch some TV if I want to. Hello, so I'm just doing a super quick lunchtime vlog clip because I just got a package, and if it's what I think it is, I'm very, very excited. And I thought I would open it on camera. I'm slightly nervous about how it's packaged considering what it is, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would appreciate it have been in significantly more protection than it is. So anyway, for those of you who don't know me and don't know my channel, one of my favourite series of all time, one of my favourite books of all time is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Like, I adore it wholeheartedly. But I got into this series after, like, a little while after it first came out, meaning the first edition Blue Edge editions of Strange the Dreamer were near enough non-existent by the time I came to want one. And I have kept my eye on it over the years because I'm a book collector. I have so many editions of Strange the Dreamer, and the one I don't have is the Blue Edged edition to match my red edged edition of Muse of Nightmares, or Orange Edge. And finally, I found one that wasn't like 300 quid. I always remember Christy from Christy Reads got one for like 30 quid about a year ago, and I wanted to just steal it. It hurt me so much, but you know, I finally found an edition. It's here, it better be in good condition. I'm gonna be so mad if it's not, because it was really badly packaged. Ah! It has blue edges. I have wanted this edition of this book for, no joke, 2+ years. I read this in 2018 actually. Yeah, I read Muse of Nightmares when it came out in 2018. God, was it 2018, 2019? Okay, so yeah, Muse of Nightmares came out late 2018, meaning I read this early 2018, and I've wanted the Blue Edge edition ever since I first read this book. So for almost 4 years, I've been trying to track down the gorgeous Blue Sprayed Edges edition. Other than that, it's a standard hardback, and I have the standard hardback. I have just wanted this so badly. So there we go, matching finally. This one does have like a shiny protective jacket on it, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad at, because my edition that I have the standard hardback, this like moth has rubbed off just over time, even though I've not even read that edition, I don't think. And the same's starting to happen to this one. So I'm not gonna lie, I might leave it on. I don't even know if you can get them off really, but I don't mind it. Oh yeah, it would come off really easily if I wanted to remove it, but I think for now I'm gonna leave it. I'm not remotely mad at that, and it's actually gonna do it a lot of protection, but I finally have matching editions. This is many years in the making. I'm very happy. Lots of you will know how long I've wanted this for, so I'm a very happy person right now. Hello, good evening. It is Wednesday. It is about 9:10. It is safe to say this evening has not gone remotely how I intended nor planned. So I finished work as normal at like 5:30, 6, somewhere there. And my intention was, as soon as I was done with work, shut my laptop, come read my book. The Mask Falling, because I have about 160 pages left and I am finishing this tonight. I just know the point I'm currently at. I purposely stopped there last night, just a little bit into section 3, because I could just really tell that shit was about to go down. And I tweeted about this book a couple of days ago and was like, I'm scared to turn every page. Can we please let these characters be happy? And all of the responses have been warnings and apologies in advance. So I'm sincerely concerned about how's it going to end, but I feel like we're at the point now where the next 160 pages, by my guess, are going to be the mad ones. So I want to read it all in one go. So I was going to start straight away, so I have plenty of time. And then when I finished work, I was like, you know what, actually I'm going to spend 10 minutes just really quickly like cleaning up a bit of my flat. Not cleaning everything, but just like putting a few bits away, cleaning up a few bits that have been annoying me, a couple bits like that. And I did my typical of one thing leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. So process, very briefly, I was picking up a couple cider bottles because the last, couple of nights I've felt bougie, so I've had a cider when I'm sat reading because they taste nice. And I was picking up the bottles and I was like, right, okay, I need a cardboard box to put these in so I can store them before I take them down to recycling. And then I was like, okay, well the cardboard boxes I have are all my Lumacrate boxes. And I'm planning to sell a load of my Lumacrate stuff because I keep a very small portion of it and I just want to get rid of the rest. Okay, well I need to free up an Lumacrate box. So I'm going to go through and finish sorting all of the stuff that I want to keep versus I don't want to keep and get it all boxed so that it's not just on my floor. And no, I have about 5 or 6 boxes and it's all chaos. So I spent ages sorting all of that. In the process of sorting that, I came across like a little book pouch thing. It's a Song of Achilles, like big baskety pouch which you can put books in, and I was like, oh perfect, I have books on my bookshelf here that don't fit where I want them, so I'll put them in there and put it on top of the bookshelf and it'll look really cute. And then that didn't work. Note, I'd left the Lumacrate stuff half done whilst doing this and the tidying half done because I needed a receptacle for the cider bottles. And then it was basically the bookshelf I have here, I'll insert a clip whilst I'm speaking a little bit, used to be my special editions. Actually I won't insert a clip because I don't have a video of it because I've changed it now. But anyway, and there was too many editions on there basically. I have a few books I collect which are Strange the Dreamer and Daughter Smoke and Bone series by Laini Taylor, Night Circus and Starlessy by Erin Morgenstern, and then Once and Future Witches and 10,000 Doors of January by Alex Harrow. Those are the books I collect. And I had them all on this one shelf, but they didn't really fit. I had them like squidged in gaps. I had half of them turned like partially out so you couldn't even see the spines. It was really annoying me because I like being able to see my collections and I had some like balanced on the top. So attempted putting them in the baskety thing, didn't like that. So went, you know what, let's rearrange my bookshelves. So tidying a little bit of my flat turned into 2 hours of bookshelf reorganisation, Lumacrate sorting, and then tidying and cleaning. I have done it all and I'm kind of obsessed with it. This bookcase I'm now obsessed with. I think it is the most stunning thing. I'm so glad that looks like that. The big bookcase over there, which now has my collections on it, I'll show clips of all of this tomorrow when it's not really dark. I'm not sure about. I love the collections, but I did like it when it was a fully rainbow shelf. So I think there's a couple bits I'm going to rejig. I have another edition of Night Circus on the way to me. A lovely person on Bookstagram, let me find their username. Jojo's Book Hoard sent me a story someone posted of a German edition, special edition of the Night Circus. Do I read a lick of German? Absolutely not, but it is one of the most stunning things I've ever seen and it wasn't a bad price, so I have ordered one and it is on its way to me because I have no self-control. And so the shelf that Night Circus is currently on, I think is going to get a bit of a rejig tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, sorry, when that edition turns up. I'm not fully sold on that shelf yet. I think it needs a bit of rejigging for me to be fully happy, but I don't hate it. I do quite like it. I'm just not 100% happy yet. Anyway, that's what my evening's been. Hence why the whole reason I just chatted to you for 5 minutes was to get to the point of it is now 9:15 and I have not started reading yet. And I have at least 3 hours of reading to do and I have to be up at 6:30 tomorrow. So might not be getting the ideal amount of sleep, but when I'm working from home, I can function off a lot less. I don't have to like drive to work and get up even earlier for that. It's much more chill. Oh, the other thing, over the last few days, evenings, whatever, I have watched season 6 of Queer Eye. They did successfully make me cry in all but one episode. The very last one didn't make me cry. It was amazing, but it made me smile more than it made me cry. I don't know why. It just made me really happy. Near enough every single other episode had me weeping. There were a couple in particular. The one which is about rescue animals, and a person who works with rescue animals, that destroyed me. And the one about Angel, trans lesbian woman who is a powerlifter. Fucking fantastic. I was crying the whole way through that episode. If you're gonna watch one episode from this season, it is episode 2. Please watch it. It is the most stunning thing I've ever seen. Yeah, it was a phenomenal show. But now I'm going to go and attempt to read 150 pages and potentially cry a lot in the process. I'm gonna light one of my Christmas candles, probably my massive wood wick one. I'm gonna show you me lighting this because, as you can see, the wick is huge. And it's so satisfying to watch it be lit. So I'm gonna light it on camera and then I'm going to settle down and read. Oh my God. This is difficult to do via camera. I have 100 pages to go and I'm crying. I'm so scared. I am stressed. I both really want to keep reading and do not want to keep reading at all. 100 pages to go. I'm gonna be up so late, but it's so worth it. I'm just gonna film myself as I read the last 10 pages of this book. Because I've never had quite so visceral reaction to the bit I just read, and there may not be any more moments like that, but I'm sad we missed that. So I'm just gonna film and see what happens. Oh, there we go, the lighting's fixed itself. Oh, I'm gonna need my tabs. I've not tabbed a book in literal months, and I'm tabbing this one. Oh my God almighty. I don't know what to do with myself. Oh my God. Okay. That did not just end there. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay. So I knew the wait for book 5 would be bad because I'm enjoying them. This I don't know what to do. Cool. So that's a 5-star read. Help. What the fuck did I'm not okay. I've not been this invested or reacted this strongly to a book in a very long time. When is book 5? I think it'll be 2023 at the earliest. Meaning book 6 will be 2025 and book 7 will be 2027 at the earliest. And that is too many years from now. Okay, well, 5 stars. Very quick series overview, I suppose. I gave the first 3 books, like the proper books, not the novellas, 4 stars. All of them were 4.5s, but I don't tend to do 0.5s, so I gave them 4s. The third one I really debated giving 5, but I had a slow bit in the middle. But even though I've given more books 4 than 5, this is guaranteed a 5-star series, and I think if I reread them, they would all be 5s, because like my rating is done 99% on enjoyment. It's just like, does this have a 5-star feel for me when I'm done reading it? And so those didn't come out as 5s. For whatever reason, they didn't capture me quite in that way to be a 5-star. However, the incredible setup and building of the world and the characters and the relationships between them so that this can work is phenomenal and beyond near enough anything I've ever read. Partially, I've never read a series this long, but this is insane and utterly incredible. Samantha Shannon is a genius, and I need the other 3 books now. Also, just a side note thing I was thinking whilst reading this, which I was going to mention. It sounds really bad. I love how brutal this is. Not that it's like gory or bloody. It is, but that's not why I like it. I've read lots of books that have that. But the big thing for me is, you know, people are in a massive fight. It describes how they get injured. And then the next like 3 chapters, every time they're doing anything, they're like, wow, that still fucking hurts. I'm already injured. I am now weaker than I was. Whereas like in so many books, you get massively injured and then it's just completely forgotten. Like everyone's superhuman. You never actually have any impact from your injuries. It's just cosmetic. Whereas this was realistic and like, I have actually been hurt mentally and physically by what has happened to me, and that will impact how I act in the future. Realistic. I just really appreciate it. I think it's such a more mature and interesting take on it. And it's not just like, I can't do anything. It's like I'm gonna keep going, but it's gonna fucking hurt to do so. I'm not insane enough to do this, so I'm not going to. I genuinely could reread all 4 of these books back to back right now, just to watch the setup happen as how we got to here. Obviously not gonna spoil literally anything, but you know, as in a long series like this, there are characters who when introduced seem insignificant and become significant later. That's how these things are always set up. And I would just love now to go back and see the introduction of those characters and see all the interactions with them and how it led up to the point it's currently at. I absolutely need to go and watch the live show that Cody and Ashley and Becca and Gav and Jade, maybe, I don't know if that was the group, did for this and see what their theories are. Because I'm help. I'm also just very excited by the fact I tabbed this book. You can see there's not very many tabs, but considering I haven't tabbed a book in such a long time, it's been really awesome to have a strong enough feeling to want to. I think that's my biggest thing with this series, and I don't know whether it's just because it's longer, so it gave me more chance to get invested. I've been in a weird place recently where all I felt up to reading is things like romance, but it doesn't, although I love romance, it draws me right in and keeps me captivated. It doesn't impact me in the same way. It's just not got as much substance often. No discredit to romance, it is one of my favourite genres, but it doesn't hit me in that same way as things like big fantasy series do. You know, there's more space in these, there's more time for build-up, and I have been missing that, I think, even though fantasy has been completely too daunting to me for a long time. So I am genuinely grateful for this series being, to me, accessible, and yet completely having that necessary build-up and complexity that makes me love a book. And like, as I said, it's got me back into tabbing. It's made me a lot less scared of fantasy again. So like, I'm just exceedingly grateful for this book. I am going to be processing this for a very long time, but it is very, very late, as in 20 to 2. Yes, I started later than I planned, but it shouldn't have taken me 4.5 hours to do that many pages. It should have taken me about 3 maximum. So that's life, that's fine. I also did get distracted for about half an hour looking at flats in London, as I do periodically. I need to shut up and go to bed. Read the series. I'm gonna go text Steph right now because Steph hasn't read this one yet. She keeps putting it off and I'm gonna go tell her she needs to. Not that everyone hasn't already told her that, but I'm gonna tell her again. I'm not okay, especially knowing the book I'm gonna read next is one I'm not enjoying. I may not read that next, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's not the right choice after something this phenomenal. Cool, right. I'm gonna go sleep and process. I don't feel even slightly sleepy after that. I don't know what to do with myself. Good night, I'll chat to you tomorrow. Okay, so I think the light's just gonna be bad. If it fixes itself in a minute, it fixes itself. I stopped vlogging like 2 minutes ago. I definitely shouldn't be vlogging again. I need to go the hell to bed. But I'm just so stumped about what to read next. And it's, oh, there we go, the light's better. It's blowing my mind. Like, my problem is I feel like I need something meaty. I need something serious. I need something challenging. I couldn't right now walk into something fluffy or like fun and jolly, that kind of thing. I don't want to do like an intense fantasy. I think that risks me burning out. But most of my books that fit that kind of description are dystopian. And obviously this series is dystopian, so I've just read 4 dystopian books and 2 novellas back to back. So I worry that if I read another dystopian, it's going to be too close, too comparable. And so I have literally no clue what to read. Just, I don't know if I'd run you through it. My next plans were to read All of My Friends Are Rich, and then They Both Die at the End. I was going to read in a day this weekend. That just does not feel like the choice right now. I love They Both Die at the End, but that's such a different tone of dystopian. It just doesn't feel right having just read this. I'll read it soon. I love it. It's great. I'll reread it, but it's just not right after this. But I have no clue what is at all. I have never been at so much of a loss of what to read next. Like, I feel like I should give myself something easy that I can just like whip through and get going. Ooh, I have an option. The Light from Uncommon Stars, maybe? I can't remember what it's called. I'll go get it, but that might be an option. I'll go get it. Okay, I've managed to amass 3 options. We have Light from Uncommon Stars. I don't know much about this, but Katie from Brightness Katie Reads always recommends this, thinks I will love it. And she always just says like, easy-ish sci-fi, joyful, I think it's actually gorgeously written, violin playing, non-binary characters? I don't know, but it sounds like the kind of thing I would love, and I'm putting off because I'm scared of it. But it feels less intimidating, having just read 4 massive books. And something about that I think might be really good. Definitely an intense read, definitely like a deep read, but not completely like terrifying. It's only about 350 pages, definitely an option. We have 3 completely different options here. Second one is The Music in the Mirror, yeah, which is kind of almost Dark Academia vibes. It's not, it's a person joining a ballet school and there's like treachery and jealousy and all of this, and then it turns into a romance. And I think the thing like that I'm really wanting is complex human interactions and relationships, because like that's the massive vibe of the 4 books I've just read, and that's what I want to cling on to, but in a slightly different genre. So we have like a space sci-fi, very much a contemporary, or completely different again. This is a book I've been meaning to reread for a really long time because I think I'll love it. I think I just read it really poor timing, to be honest. And that is The Song of Achilles. Do I think this is a good idea right now? Absolutely not. But I might do it. Because again, this is that exact like intense human interactions, strong I don't know. I'm not going to start anything tonight because that's a freaking awful idea because it's late as hell, I need to go to sleep. But like, I guess those are the 3 options. I'm going to put it up on Instagram for a poll. I may not listen to the poll, but I'm intrigued to see what you guys say by the morning, because I'm going to go to sleep now because I have to be up in 4.5 hours. So, yes. Also, my mum is for some reason awake, so I'm going to ask her what she thinks. I'm going to go to sleep. Why am I awake? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I know I've already said that once. Catch me back in here in 2 minutes anyway. Middle Game. Middle Game is another very strong option. That's going on the poll too. Hello, so it is Thursday evening. It is about 7:30. What the hell was I going to say? I'm so tired. So, yes, I obviously finished Mask Falling last night and my brain ceased to function, as you all saw. No idea how much of that footage I left in because I had a lot of me just staring into space. Hopefully I've cut it down a bit. But last time I spoke to you, I had no idea what I was going to read next and I was really, really stuck, and I said I was going to put it on Instagram. I put it on Instagram. I don't think the results have changed much since I last checked, but we'll look again. So the first question I asked was, should I reread a book or read a new book off my TBR? And basically the 4 options I had were The Song of Achilles, The Music in the Mirror, Light from Uncommon Stars, and Middle Game. And I myself had narrowed it down to about Light from Uncommon Stars and Middle Game, but I'd put it up and I want to see what everyone said. So the first question was, should I reread? Because The Song of Achilles and Middle Game are both rereads. Middle Game a favourite, Song of Achilles one I want to reread because I didn't like it. And then obviously the other 2 are new reads. So that was the first question. And a new book won by like double the votes. That was over 300 votes, and reread only got 130. And then if I was reading a new book, Light from Uncommon Stars won quite significantly for which book I should read. And for reread, Song of Achilles won, but only just. So it's been neck and neck. They've gone back and forth the whole time. So it's currently on 238 for Middle Game and 252 for Song of Achilles. So 14 votes in it, so teeny tiny percentages. But I'm going against the first vote, because I am going to reread. And I'm going against the second vote for which book I should reread, because I'm going to reread Middle Game. So, as expected, as I do every single time I put polls up on Instagram, I am ignoring you. Sorry. It's not intentional. It's literally just I was debating for ages. I really didn't know. And then, like, chatted to my mum about it a bit, and she, like, helped me logic through what I was feeling, and I decided Middle Game was the one right now. I mean, I love this book. It was my favourite or tied favourite book of 2019? 2018. 2019. I say that, I'm not actually sure it was. Because I think my favourite book ended up being The 10,000 Doors of January. What year did books come out? Okay, so I read Middle Game, Red, White, Royal Blue, and The 10,000 Doors of January in 2019. So I think I chose 10,000 Doors as my favourite, but those two would have been really close seconds. This is and was one of my absolute favourite books of all time. And I've been wanting to reread it literally since I first read it, because it's really confusing, and I was always like, I need to reread this, get a full handle on it, and just enjoy it again. And there are now 2 novellas currently out, which are not based off this, but related to this, and there is a 3rd novella coming out this year, and the sequel, or like companion to this, is coming out this year. So loads of books in this kind of world, extended universe. So I'm really wanting to reread it, and I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to reread it now, and I'm very excited. I think it's the exact perfect thing for After Mask Falling, because it's a little bit easier because it's a reread, but it's also really intense, it's really interesting, it's really in depth. It's not something easy breezy. It will probably take me a good few days because it's over 500 pages, but I remember it being really addictive, so I can read a chunk tonight. I've got a few hours, I've got a bit of time. I don't know how much I'll read. I really want to have like a nice relaxing bath tonight, so I'll probably try and like do that later, watch some YouTube or whatever. I don't tend to read in the bath because I get too stressed about damaging my books. I was meant to be going to the gym tonight, but after my very late night last night reading Mask Falling, I did not feel like going to the gym. It'll be my first session in a gym in well over a year, because obviously with the pandemic, I've not been going to gyms, and I really do miss it. I'm not going back because I feel like I have to, or feel like I need to. Yes, there's definitely, you know, some of those reasons in there somewhere, but I genuinely just want to. But to not let myself get discouraged, I therefore want my first workout to be like really strong. I want to really be able to assess what my starting point is. Like, how strong am I? What can and can't I do? And therefore I don't want to do that first workout when I'm exhausted, because I just know it's going to be really demotivating. I'm going to go in, I'll work out for 10 minutes and feel shit and just want to come home. So I just want that first workout to be really solid. So I'm going to go tomorrow evening. I was going to go tomorrow as well, and then I'm going Saturday, and hopefully Sunday. I'm rarely home, so I'm making the most of it basically. But for today, I'm going to go start reading Middle Game. I'm very excited. I decided not to read Light from Uncommon Stars because, although it sounds fantastic and I think I'll love it, everyone says it's like really hopeful, really positive, and like that's fine. That's not what I want right now. I do not want happy. I want something that's gonna fuck with me and or destroy me, which is Middle Game. So I'm gonna go read this. I would love to read like 100 pages tonight. I have no idea if I'll manage that. I may do more, I may do less. Who knows? But I'm so excited to reread this. It's, for some reason, it's one of those books that obviously I read it, I loved it, became one of my favourites of all time instantly. But because I've only read it the once, I like don't quite believe myself. And so I've been too scared to reread it in case for whatever reason I don't like it. I doubt that will happen. Obviously the Wayward Children series is one of my favourite series of all time. There is no reason I won't love this, but I'm scared I won't love this for whatever reason. Hello, horrifically unflattering lighting, but I cannot be bothered to get up and sort the lights in my apartment so they don't look like this, so it's what we're dealing with. It is Friday evening. I had great intentions today of finishing work and sitting down and reading loads and then going to the gym. All the plans have changed. So yesterday I intended to read a lot. I managed 40 pages. I was so tired. I just couldn't read. I'm really sleepy this week after my late night on Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't remember, whichever night it was. I'm tired from it. And so I've been not reading like much since, just too tired. So I didn't get to read much yesterday, but I watched loads of YouTube and had a good time. And then today I'm attempting again to read a chunk of Middle Game. I'm up to page 72, so I've only read a little bit, but I'm about to go read a bit more. I would really like, at the very least, to get to page 100 today. That feels very doable because it is only about 7. It's exactly 7. How fun. Ooh, what was I saying? I got distracted by my phone, so I just saw Becca mentioning a 24-hour readathon she's running on Patreon from the end of tomorrow to the end of Sunday. So I might do that. That might be necessary. But anyway, not the point. I'm going to get to at least page 100 Middle Game tonight. I would like to get significantly further because it's long and I have done a good, decent bit of reading so far this week. I've thrown it words. I finished 3 books this week. I'll be finishing a 4th for sure, which is the On the Merits of Unnaturalness. And my plan was to finish this and they both die at the end, so I could read 6 books in the first week because that would be nuts and really cool, but that's not going to happen. Well, it might, but it's very unlikely because this is long. But nonetheless, I want to finish this weekend. It doesn't feel like the kind of book for me to be reading when I'm traveling for work. It's a bit too intense. I need something a bit easier, I think. Anyway, thoughts on this so far. Obviously, it is a reread. The first 40 pages, I wasn't not enjoying. It's all great, obviously, but I was not loving as much as I remembered quite. And I think that's because, it's not really spoilers, like, there are 2 core characters in this book, the 2 main characters, the ones from the blurb, Roger and Dodger. And I think they're what I love so much about this book, and they're significantly less present just at the beginning because we're setting up the world and stuff. So I was kind of waiting for them. Now we're back with Roger and Dodger, and I'm very, very happy about that fact. Because this is much more part of the book I care about, and luckily it's the majority of the book. So I'm gonna get back to this and read some more. I also, for the first 40 pages, compared what I tabbed in this copy versus my old one, and I think there were only 2 tabs, because I've done a few more in this one, so there were only 2 tabs in the first book, which I hadn't done in this one, which is really funny to me. Almost all of them, I tabbed the exact same lines. I am predictable, my tastes apparently have not changed since 2018. 2019 even. I'm going to keep reading. I'm probably going to try and have a relaxing bath again tonight because that was amazing yesterday. But for now, I'm just going to do some reading. Okay, super quick update. Ignore the very wet, messy hair. I have read pretty much no more of this. I'm on page 84, so I've read 10 pages in about 3 hours. I've been doing other stuff. I was on the phone with my mum for like an hour. You know, stuff happens. And I am also just so tired. I can't read for more than about 10 to 15 minutes without nodding off. So I can't. Struggling with something like this because I'm so tired. So I think my goal for the day is to get to page, I was gonna say 100, but there's actually a really nice break I've just seen at 115. So I might try and do those 30 pages because I think I can do that. It's about 10 p.m. so I can do that in about half an hour maybe. And then I'm gonna switch book for a minute. I have been finding, I said, I think when I'm finishing Mask Falling, I really need something like equally intense, and that's why I went for Middle Game. But what I'm finding is having just read back-to-back 4-ish pretty intense long books with all 4 of the Bone Season books, I'm kind of needing that quick win of like finishing a book really quickly without it being a huge amount of effort. Because even though I got through those really fast, like I read Mind Order and Bone Season, I think each in about 2 or 3 days, that was through like hours and hours of intense, quite hard reading. So I need something easier, but I didn't want something fluffy like a romance, and that's why I was all a bit stuck. My hair is so bad, God. That's why I have to make it curly, but it looks awful. So I'm gonna pick up A Dowry of Blood. This suddenly crossed my mind. This is a book loads of people loved last year. It is 200 pages, but it's pretty like spread out pages. There's lots of blank pages in chapter breaks and stuff. I have no idea if this is a good idea. It almost certainly isn't, but I'm gonna pick this one up. I may kind of alternate between the 2, so I might like read 50 pages of this evening, read this during the day tomorrow whilst I have energy, and then pick this back up in the evening and see if I can get both done by the end of the weekend, would be my ideal. But that's quite a lot of reading in 2 days because that is 700 pages. So we'll see, because I do also need to film and edit quite a few videos, but I tend to find if I can get up, film, edit pretty early on in the day, then I cope relatively well and I can get all my filming editing done by like 6, and then I have like 6 hours to read because I don't go to bed before like midnight. And yes, I want to go to the gym, but we will see, basically. I'm hoping to get almost all my filming and editing done tomorrow. This should be relatively quick videos. I say that one of them's horrifically long, but I may not do that one this weekend. I might save that to do on a weekend on its own because it's going to be hell. So should be able to do 2 quick videos tomorrow, which I can probably get filmed, edited, done within about 4 hours, the full process. Maybe, that's probably optimistic. So if I start at 10, I'm done by 2. Plenty of time to read, but that's the super quick update. I'm adding / switching books. I'll let you know tomorrow how I'm going with them, unless something dramatic happens tonight, but I'm probably gonna go to bed pretty soon. Hello everyone, it is Saturday. I had grand plans for today. I was gonna get up quite early, I was gonna film 2 videos, I was gonna edit 3 videos, and then I was going to join Becca's 24-hour readathon for her patrons, which is starting at 7 p.m. No. It is currently almost 2. I did not get up early. I woke up at a decent time, read for half an hour, and then went back to sleep for a bit because I was just too tired. And then spent, an hour milling around my flat, slowly trying to get ready to film. I managed to put my jewelry in and get some of the books ready that I was going to talk about in the videos. And then I was like, okay, I need to do makeup and I need to get dressed. And finally the decision was that's just almost too much effort for today. It's not happening. So I'm going to film tomorrow and edit tomorrow and just have to have a very productive day. So I've decided instead I'm just going to read all day. And you know what? I'm perfectly content with this fact. I need it. I've only done 4 days back at work, but I'm feeling quite tired. So why the hell would I force myself to do something I'm not feeling when I could just sit and read all day? I may try and watch some more TV later. I've watched a lot of TV this week. I've watched Queer Eye and season 6, and I've watched Euphoria season 1. The rewatch of that because I think season 2 starts on Monday, which is exciting. So I'll try and keep up with that as it comes out. And then I don't know if you can watch it in the UK. I'm hoping you can. And then I'm also currently rewatching season 1 of Cheer because season 2 of that starts next week and I've got a few episodes left, so I may watch some of that later. But anyway, reading for now. I'm reading Middle Game. I mentioned yesterday that I'd probably be switching between Middle Game and Diary of Blood. Funnily, after saying that, was like, okay, I'm going to read 15 more pages of Middle Game so I can get to my daily goal, and then I'll switch over to Diary of Blood. And those 15 pages were apparently the 15 pages that I needed to get me hilariously invested, so I now don't want to put it down. So I'm instead just going to read Middle Game until I've finished it, or if I'm just too tired and need a break and you need to do something a bit different, if I'm reading for a long time, because this is at least another 6 hours of reading. So that's a lot. I'd love to say I'm going to get this done today, but I almost certainly won't. And I am planning to read this weekend as well, along with On the Merits of Unnaturalness, so I then get all of the kind of bonus season books ticked off. So, doing pretty well. I'm gonna read for a little bit longer. I think I'm trying to judge the weather because it's been tipping it down early, but I think it's okay at the moment. Because I am gonna go wander down to my local shop and get myself some nice snacks, because that feels necessary today. It feels like a day of curling up with a book and a movie or a TV show and some snacks and probably some cider or some gin later, because yay. And it's just going to be a fun, chill day. And then I've obviously got the premiere at 6, which I'm so hyped for. I have no idea if anyone's going to show up to it. It's a whole new thing, but I'm excited anyway, because I want to be able to talk about this damn game online. I feel significantly better just knowing I get to read and chill all day. And then I can be productive tomorrow. And that's fine. I mean, also the good thing is, even if I don't film anything tomorrow and I just edit this vlog, that's still my videos for next week sorted. It would just be nice to be a week ahead of that because it makes my life easier. But anyway, not the point. I'm gonna go get some snacks and do more reading, and I have no idea if and when I'll film updates. We'll see. I'm rereading a favourite book, so we already know how I'm feeling about it. It's pretty self-explanatory. I swear all you guys ever see is me sat on this sofa in this hoodie. I swear I do other things with my life. Just a lot of this as well. So, I just premiered Book Buying Ban Bingo. So it's out in the world. Everyone finally knows what it is. I'm so excited. The response was insane. I thought, as it was a new thing, people didn't know what it was going to be, that it may not be something people were that interested in. I kind of don't care either way. Obviously, I'm always happy when things get a good response, but I'm just doing it because I think it's fun. But yeah, no, everyone was really interested. We had almost 300 people watching the premiere, and in the first hour, it's had 700-800 views, which is insane and so much more than I expected. It's doing better than Dart Attack did. What's that all about? So that's really, really cool. Very excited by that. And everyone seems to think it's a really cool idea, and a lot of people have already said they're going to play with me, which is really fun. It's throwing a bit of a spanner in the works because the way I'm planning on like resetting the board every 2 months, not sure how that's going to work with people playing along, so I need to have a bit of a think about how we're going to make that work, but we will see. It might be interesting. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to go back to reading now. I've not been the most productive with reading today. I've had a good couple of naps, watched some Cheer as expected, but I'm currently on page 270 of this, so I am past the halfway mark now, which is really nice. I don't know how much more I want to read today. I really want to finish it tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to have a lot of time, so I don't want to leave too much of it. Maybe 300 pages? 300? That's more than is left. 150, which in me, I do everything in chunks of 50 because I know that's roughly an hour for a book like this. So 150 is what I was thinking, meaning I need to get another 70 done tonight, 80. So I think I'm going to do that and then see how I'm feeling. It's currently just past 7, so it's not super late, but I do want to watch a bit more TV later, and I really, really do want to start A Diary of Blood. I don't think, considering how much I've read today and how much stuff I've got to do tomorrow, that I'm going to manage to read both of these by the end of tomorrow. Which is frustrating because I wanted to end this vlog tomorrow so I could get it edited. We may have to have a slight rejig. We'll see. We'll see. If I finish one of them, we'll call it a day. I mean, you'll find out when this vlog ends when it ends, but I'm gonna get back to reading, try and make the most of the next 4-ish hours. I could finish this book in just under 4 hours, just over 4 hours. Do I try and finish Middle Game tonight? I don't know. I'm gonna read and see how I get on. I'm not gonna put loads of pressure on myself. It is the first week of the year. I'm just having fun with my reading. I'm having a lot of fun at the moment because I'm reading so much, which is something I've not done in a long time, but I don't want that to get to a point of it being stressful. So I'm just gonna go and enjoy, and we'll check in another time and see where I got to. We're back to the horrific lighting. I don't care, it's gonna be a very quick update. I have put Middle Game down tonight. I got to page 334, I think. So I may or may not finish it tomorrow, 340-ish. I'm gonna try. I suddenly realised like tomorrow I definitely need to film 1 or 2 videos, but I think I only actually need to edit this vlog, so may well have more time than I thought originally. But I'm now gonna pick up A Diary of Blood, which I'm hoping will be a pretty speedy read. I don't know much about this. It's reverse harem Dracula's wives, Dracula's brides, right? I just know loads of people loved this. This was actually gifted to me by Ashley at Frolic Through Fiction, and I know she loved it, as have a lot of other people. I know Ellie, who's Fairy on the Shelf on Instagram, adored it, and I really want to read it, so hopefully this is going to be the perfect kind of quick thing for me to whiz through, I don't know, maybe 100 pages off tonight and then try and finish both of these tomorrow. But that's a super quick update. I'm going to go read because it's about 9 PM, so I've probably only got another couple hours before I want to go to bed. Hello. I'm out of breath. Okay, so it is Sunday. I just filmed 2 videos. One, I think you'll already see, no, one you'll be seeing next week, which is my 2021 releases I wish I'd got to. And I also filmed all of my unread books. Oh, I missed some. Oh, for fuck's sake, I missed some. That's so annoying. I missed a series. I'll cut it in. Okay. Ugh, it's so annoying. Anyway, so I just filmed that, which I don't want to edit. It's going to be a long edit. It'll be fun. It's going to be long. But it took so long to film. It's taken about 2 hours, I think, total just to film it. My camera's wonky again, but I don't care. So it took freaking ages to film, and I now have to put a lot of books back on my shelves because my shelves are all in different places in my flat, so I've just had to massacre my entire flat, basically. And now I have to fix it all, but that's fine. I'm gonna go on Pris's sprints as well, so I might like use the first sprint for putting all the books away. But reading update, I think last time we spoke I was just starting A Diary of Blood. You will see there are tabs. I have finished this. I tried to read it all in one go last night and I got to about 30 pages in the end and just couldn't do it. I was too tired. I had to put it down and I had to finish it this morning before I got up. So I did that. I really enjoyed this. I was really torn with what to rate it. I'm actually using Core again this year, I've decided, because I found at the beginning of last year when I was using Core, I was giving out a lot more 3 stars and 3.5s and things like that, because I always rate books most heavily just off vibe, like do I enjoy them? And I've said in 2020 that I was really stuck that anything I liked I would give 4 stars, and there was a lot of things that I like but I don't think were 4-star. They should have just been a 3, of like they were okay but they weren't special. And so I got really stuck and then started using Corepile in 2021. It really helped at the beginning of the year and then I completely stopped using it. So I'm going to try it again this year. It just helps me kind of rationalize everything other than enjoyment. And I'm not saying you can't just rate your books in enjoyment. I've been doing it for years, it's fine. It's just, I'm starting to get to a point now where I rate like 80% of the books I read 4 stars. And I don't like that because then for me, it has no variation. I would much prefer to use kind of 3 as something that's good, 4 as something I really enjoyed, and 5 as like a favourite kind of vibes. So I've been really struggling with that for a while. So I'm using Corepile again, and Corepile did give this a 4. Not too far off a 5 though, which I think makes sense. It was really, really good. I had a great time with it. Very brief synopsis for this. This follows Dracula's brides, and basically the story of how they came to kill him. It's written really interestingly in, I want to say it's in first person because it is. It's like, I did this, I did that, of one of the brides, Costanta, but she is speaking to him. So there's a lot of like, you did this, I watched you say this, I watched this, you, like all of that the whole way through, which is really interesting for reading. I love when things use, it's not quite second person because it's in first, but that like second person part of it, I really enjoy it. Second person as a whole is really difficult to read, but second person in this kind of context is really, really, really cool. So big fan of that, really enjoyed it. It was a good book. I did enjoy it a lot. I'm going to try and get back to middle game today, have 160-ish pages left, so hopefully I can finish this. It is about 2:30, 2:15, so it's not too late in the day. I ideally need to edit at least 1 video and then this one, so that's a couple hours of editing. We'll see. I feel like I have a lot of footage for this video. I thought I didn't have much, but I was just exporting from my memory card and I have so much, so maybe long. Apologies if you're watching this and it's already like 45 minutes in. I'll try and do better. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to middle game. I'm gonna go on Precious Sprints, as I think I mentioned, and that's about it for the plans for the day. Like that's literally it. Like, I'm amazed I've got my filming done. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. I'll see you later. Hello, so super quick update. It is about 7, maybe? I've lost my phone, so I don't know what time it is. I want to say it's about 7. I might be wrong in that though. But I haven't done that much since we last caught up. I tidied up the 10,000 books I had out. They're all reshelved. I somehow have created more space on my shelves, even though I've put more books back on the shelves than was on before, so I have absolutely no idea how I've managed that. I'm guaranteeing I will find a stack of books later, which are the ones I forgot to put away, because it just doesn't make any sense. But somehow I have more space. I really don't know what I've done. But I did that, went on Precious Sprints for a bit, but didn't end up reading in them because I was tidying the books up, having dinner, and I've just watched the last 2 episodes of Cheer, so I'm all caught up, ready for season 2. And I still have 160 pages left of this. I've not picked it up today. And I suddenly realised that I was sat here feeling really stressed because I was like, well, I need to edit some videos if I can, which I actually kind of feel like doing, but I also need to read 160 pages. And then once I finish that, which are like 3 hours, then I need to edit this vlog, which is a big edit, and getting myself all stressed. And then I realised, like, no, I don't. A, if I want to post this vlog next week, I just won't finish this book. Or B, grand fucking idea, why don't I just post the vlog literally a day later? Why? Why am I doing this to myself? I've planned for videos at the end of February because it makes my life easier knowing what I've got coming when, and it helps me know like when I need to film. But the whole point this year is trying to do more content without being stupid, and I was falling straight back into being stupid about it. So we've cancelled that whole stress. Yeah, no idea what was going on. I was being stupid. I'm just gonna read this when I want to. I'm not gonna stress myself out about finishing it today for the sake of a video. Yeah, I'll just rearrange my videos a little bit so that I don't have to stress. Sometimes we can be stupid, but you know, life is good. So I'm gonna go edit for a bit because I quite feel like editing. I've got 1 really easy edit and 1 potentially hellish edit, but I at least want to start it to know if it's going to work, because there is a potential that won't have worked and then I will need to refilm that video, which is the one that took me 3 hours today. So I'm hoping I don't have to do that, but just in case for whatever reason it's gone horribly wrong, I want to know now so that I can refilm it next weekend and I can be like mentally prepared for that. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go edit now. I'll read a bit later if I want to, No stress. Life is good. Miracle. Hello, so I've not vlogged in best part of a week. I probably spoke to you last Sunday, I think, when I was stressing about like, I need to end this vlog because I need to finish this book. It's now Saturday of the next week. I've had the most intense week of work, working really long hours, really late nights. It's just been a lot, so I'm freaking exhausted. I have also unsurprisingly not read all week, so I'm still reading Middle Game. I am finishing it today if it kills me. I've got just over like 120 pages left. So I'm currently watching season 2, episode 1 of Cheer. So I'm gonna finish watching that, and then I'm gonna get this done, and then that'll be the end of this vlog. Because this vlog has been going on for like 2.5 weeks now and it's getting silly. But I am still really enjoying this, of course. It's a reread. I'm really frustrated that I had to have like a 5-day gap in the middle of reading it, because this is not a book that suits that reading style. It really truly suits reading much quicker than that. There's a lot of detail which I feel like I'm already forgetting, but I'm enjoying it nonetheless, and luckily it is a reread, so you know, I don't mind if I don't have the perfect reading experience. I know I love it, it's just fun. And then I'm actually planning some super intense reading, but that's going to be another video because I just want to read something and I'm going a bit mad that I've not read a week. So that's the update for now. I'm gonna keep watching Cheer, get that read, update you all, and then end this vlog.